children, I welcome you all to another interesting episode of EduSat. This particular chapter from English grammar is called as phrasal verbs. This is an important chapter as you need to use phrasal verbs in your daily life as well. So, children, let's see how we go about this chapter. This is a part of your English syllabus of standard 10th. I am sure all of you would have kept your notebooks ready so that you can write down whatever you feel is important. As you know, phrasal verbs is something that we use in our daily life. How do we use it? I have described a series of activities that will help you to understand phrasal verbs. Children, I am very sincerely hoping that you are noting down whatever you feel important. So, let us start. Now, in this particular activity, what do we have? In some sentences given below, the particles can be separated from the verb and put after the noun phrase, which is the object. In here, we have to find out such sentences and rewrite them with the particles after the objects. We have to write not separable or NS against the sentences where the particles cannot be separated. So, let us look at the first example. Children, look at the first example. She is looking for a good dress. In this particular sentence, can the particles be separated? No. So, what will we write? NS or not separable. Similarly, I have a series of examples for you. The enemy blew up the bridge. In this case, can we separate the particles? Yes, we can. So, how do we write it? The enemy blew the bridge up. In the third example, the police are looking into the matter. Can we separate the particles? We cannot. So, they are non-separable and we have to write NS. In the fourth example, take off your shoes before coming in. Can we separate the particles here? Yes, we can. So, how can we rewrite the sentence? Take your shoes off before coming in. I called on an old friend yesterday. Can we separate the two particles? We cannot. So, what do we have? We have a non-separable situation here. Hence, the answer will be NS. You should keep up your honor. In this particular sentence, can you separate the two particles? We cannot. So, it is again non-separable and the answer would be NS. Now, in the seventh example, what do we see? Can I count on your help during difficulties? In this particular situation, can we separate the two examples? No, we cannot. So, the answer is non-separable, NS. In the eighth example, the government put down the revolt firmly. Can we separate the two particles? We can. And how do we rewrite the sentence? The government put down the revolt firmly. The child hit on a plan to escape punishment. Example number 9. The particles are not separable, so NS. We called off the strike after an agreement. NS, again not separable. Now, in this particular activity, we have to replace the noun phrase in italics by an appropriate pronoun and use it in the right place. Example, we saw our friends at the airport. What will be the answer? We saw them off. Similarly, there are a series of examples that we have set for you so that you can easily pick them up and replace it in an appropriate way. Can you pick out the correct answers is the first example. What would be the answer to this particular question? Can you pick them out? We have pointed out many mistakes. See, in italics, the word in italics is many, then mistakes. What will be the answer? We have pointed them out. Third example, it is time to wind up the speech. What are the words in italics? the speech. And how do you rewrite the sentence? It is time to wind it up. Next, the soldiers pulled down the fort. See the words in italics, the fort. How do we rewrite it? The soldiers pulled it down. Can you carry on this work a little longer? What will be the answer? Can you carry on this a little longer? Sixth example, they threw away all the useless things. What will be the answer? They threw them away or they threw those away. In the seventh question, we closed down our business as it was not profitable. Remember children, you have to mark the words in bold letters or in italicized form. So, what is here that you see in bold letters? Our business. And how do we replace it or rewrite it? The answer would be, we closed it down as it was not profitable. You must lay by a part of your income for future use. A part of your income is in italics or bold letters. How will you rewrite it? You must lay by it for future use. Please look up the word in a dictionary. The word is in italics. So, the answer would be, please look it up in a dictionary. They have ruled out any change in his behavior. Any change in his behavior is in bold letters. They have ruled him out. We come on to the third activity. Now, what is the third activity? Complete the sentence using the phrasal verbs and the objects in appropriate places. Put the verbs given in the brackets into the correct tenses. The first example, look at the first example. I will, there is a blank, after lunch, call back you. So, what will be the answer? I will call you back after the lunch. So, the options are call back and you, and how will we rewrite the sentence? I will call you back after lunch. Now, similarly, we have other examples. There is a blank, on my way to school, came across a strange animal. I came across a strange animal on my way to school. It is better to dash. There is a gap. The options are throw away, broken chairs. How will you make this into a correct sentence? It is better to throw broken chairs away. It was a mistake, my friend dash. Point out it. So, the options are point out and it. What will be the answer? It was a mistake, my friend pointed it out. The next example, who is and nowadays. So, what do we have the options are? Looking after this building. How will we rewrite it? Who is looking after this building nowadays? Like I said, we have many examples. In this fifth example, his son died, he has never dash. What are the options? Get over and sorrows. How will we rewrite it in an appropriate manner? His son died, he has never got over his sorrows. The sixth example, the machine is making a lot of noise. Can you dash, switch off, and it are the options. How will we rewrite it correctly in a grammatical way? The machine was making a lot of noise. Can you switch it off? She offered to help me, but I dash. Turn down or it. She offered to help me, but I turned it down will be the correct grammatical order. I met Ramesh today. He dash. The options are asking after you. The answer is I met Ramesh today. He was asking after you. The school is running well. We will dash. The answer is close down it. Answer will be the school is running well. We will close it down. Number 10th, your brother is in trouble. You must dash during his distress. Stand by and him are the options. So, what will be the correct answer? Your brother is in trouble. You must stand by him during his distress. Now, in this activity 4, look, we have certain examples. To be careful, which means look out. There might be a snake there. To take care of is to be looked after. Similar words we can use in different ways. So, what is the example? Look out. There might be a snake there. What does look out mean? To be careful. Similarly, grandma looked after Fakir Mohan. Looked after refers to be taken care of. A team of experts is looking into the problem. What is looking into? To investigate. To investigate. I look up to Rita as my sister. To consider somebody in a very particular or specific way. So, these are the things how we can rearrange and then form grammatically correct sentences. Children, you see how the word look has been used in different ways. Looked out, look after, looked in, looked into, looking after. These are all used in different ways, but all of them give different meanings. When we move on to the next slide, we see to search for something in a dictionary. Please look up the word in a dictionary. So, searching for something means to look up. Now, the next, never look down upon girls. They can work wonders. To look down upon means to consider with contempt. That is looking down upon. I am looking forward to my birthday. Looking forward means to expect something extremely enjoyable. That is looking forward. Now, we also have another set of examples. Now, look at the following sentences. When we say look at, what do you mean? To think about or study. Everyone looked out in silence. Looked out means to watch something happening. After the morning prayers, all the children looked upon Swami. To consider with respect, looked upon, looked out, looked upon, look at. See, so many examples I am giving you. And the 9th example, where is my grammar book? I have been looking for it. What do you mean by looking for? Looking for means search, to search for something. Now, another interesting activity we have is similarly using a word as substitution, which can be used in numerous ways. To replace some lost thing, we must work hard to keep up the lost hours. Keep up, see, like that was look, here we have keep. Keep up the lost hours means to replace a lost thing. It is going to rain, we should pack up and go home. What do you mean by pack up? Pack up means to stop working. I plan to set up a business after getting a degree. What do you mean by set up? Set up means to start a business or an institution. So, these are some of the examples where certain words can be used to replace a particularly long word as a meaning. Phrasal words can be of many types, and these are certain examples that will help you to know more about phrasal verbs. Now, children, I am sure all of you would be finding these examples pretty easy because they will all help you for the purpose of examination, and I have kept the sentences relatively simple for you to understand. Once you go through your text and look at this video, you will be absolutely clear. Now that children, we have discussed these 3 questions, let us move on to the next slide. To exhaust something so that nothing is left, how will we substitute that particular word? I have used up all the petrol in my scooter. Used up refers to exhaust something so that nothing is left. The group broke up after the quarrel. What do you mean by broke up? To separate. To leave bed after sleeping. We usually get up early in the morning. So, get up refers to the fact to leave bed after sleeping. After 3 long rainy days, the weather is looking up. What do you mean by looking up? In a situation that is getting better. Only a few students turned up in the class due to heavy rain. What do you mean by turned up? To come to a meeting. Now, the platoon of soldiers blew up a bridge. What do you mean by blew up? Or how is it used as a substitution? To destroy by means of exploration. We should bring up children with care. What is bring up used as a substitution for? To take care of. We made up our house before my sister's marriage. What is made up? To make something more attractive. Now, we have fixed up the meeting for the next week. What do you mean by fixed up? To arrange something to happen. Don't give up hopes is the next example. What do you mean by give up? To stop doing something. A marriage procession got hold up in the traffic for an hour. What do you mean by hold up? It means to obstruct. Now, we must try to keep up the honor of our school. What do you mean by keep up? To maintain something at a high level. Now, children, in this particular activity, we have to replace the underlined expression with phrasal verbs using the verbs given in the brackets. I don't like the way Swami is being educated. What do you have in brackets? Bring. What will be the answer? I don't like the way Swami is being brought up. So, bring becomes brought up. The government rejected the employee's request for pay revision. What is the word? Turned. And how do we use it to give the same meaning? The government turned down the employee's request for pay revision. Now, the strike was cancelled. What do we have as a word? Call. And how do we use it? The strike was called off. We reduced our expenses after our father's retirement. And what is the word for that? How do we use it as a substitution? The option is cut. So, what will be the answer? We cut down our expenses after our father's retirement. What is the next example? I disappointed my parents by my poor results. Let is the option. How will you answer that? How will you use let? I let down my parents by my poor results. I can hardly understand what you say. Make. How would you use make? I can hardly make out what you say. Most children resemble their parents. Take. And how do you use take as a substitution? Most children take after their parents. We called a doctor when my mother was ill. The word is send. How will we use it? We sent for a doctor when my mother was ill. We continued working long after the evening. The option is keep. We kept up working long after the evening. Have you read the book I gave you? The option is go. Have you gone through the book I gave you? Now, in activity 7, we will combine one verb from group A with a suitable particle from group B. In this way, we will frame 10 phrasal words and use them in sentences. So, what do we have in group A? Break, bring, call, come, cut, give, go, keep, let, make, put, self, take. And in group B, after, at, away, by, down, for, from, in, into, off, on, out, over, to and up. So, in this particular slide, what do we see? We have used one word from group A and another word from group B. Break out. The man broke out of a prison last month. What is the second word? Bring up. Sulochana is brought up in a conservative family. What is the third word that we have used? Call off. She called off her engagement. Come down. Ritu came down with severe cold and cough yesterday. Now, cut in two is the fifth example. Please cut this apple into 6 pieces. What is the next example? Get over. You should get over your sadness now. In the 7th example, we have given. I tried my best to convince him, but finally I gave him. And what is the 8th example? Go after. Always go after your passion. Keep away. Heavy trucks are kept away from this road. Let down. I promise I won't let you down. Make for. She made for home when you arrived. Put by. She put by 1,000 rupees every month from her salary. Set out. He set out on a vacation. Take on. She took on more than she could handle. So this is how we have used different words. Now in this particular activity, we have to choose the correct particles and complete the phrasal verbs in the sentence. Now what will be the first option? Please turn on the radio. The options were on and up. Cholera broke out everywhere. The options were down and out, and the correct answer is out. In the third sentence, the options are up and off, but the correct answer will be up, as the sentence is the meeting came up very successfully. I do not give in to anybody's pressure. Out and in were the words that were given as options. In the 5th question, I agree with you on this point. With and to were the two options. In the 6th question, they have closed down their old business. What were the options? Up and down. So the answer is they have closed down their old business. The 7th question, I look after him as my own father. The options were after and upon, and the correct answer will be I look after him as my own father. We have another set of sentences. Every month I lay by a few rupees for my child's education. By and down were the answers. I could not make out what he was saying. Up and out were the options. In the 10th sentence, off and down were the options. Off will be the correct substitution. The police put off the violence. In the 11th example, out and off were the options, where off is the correct answer, as the sentence is nobody was at the airport to see him off. Why did he turn down your request? Down or off were the options. A nuclear war cannot be ruled out in future. Out and over were the options. The thief made off with a large amount of money. Off and out were the options. The old man passed away in his sleep. Away and out were the options. Activity 9. We have to choose appropriate phrasal prepositional verb from the given list for each of the sentences below and complete the sentences. Here you have the words run out, come with, looking forward, put up, catch up, come in, and so on. So look at the examples. We are eagerly looking forward to our sister's wedding. Suresh has come out with a solution. We have run out of sugar. Can you buy us some? The child walked fast to catch up with his parents. Who can put up with such mischief? We do not get on well with our new neighbor. So this is all about phrasal verbs, children. I hope you have enjoyed this session and listened closely to the activities. If you have, you will be able to answer all questions from phrasal verbs, about which I am very sure. Thank you.